And we are live. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining our Zipinar for today. So it's a new Wednesday, and we have two new topics with two new great seasoned speakers that we have today. And we'll be having a great session, definitely. So, as always, we appreciate your time and effort joining us on Zoom and also via live for our weekly webinar, which is a form of an initiative to freely share information, knowledge, and experiences of seasoned professionals to the community, which is the general public. So this is for the purpose of creating an informed and empowered community through free knowledge sharing. So we call this one Zipinar instead of webinar because for 1 hour session, we try to zip in two different topics into one session, just to minimize the time consumption of you joining, but to maximize as well the knowledge that you are gaining from that short period of time. So this initiative, Let Us Talk It Zipinars, is initiated by Cogent Integrated Business Solutions, which is based in Detroit, United States. They're an IT company, and they wanted to give back through this form of free knowledge sharing. So without further ado, we will start our topics for today. And the first topic, uh, it would be data analytics using Microsoft Excel. So nowadays, AI is expanding, but it's definitely still good to use from the basic methods, because if you know the basics, it will be a lot easier for you to move up into different areas. So the role of data analytics is to extract and catalog data so that organizations can pinpoint and evaluate relationships, patterns, and trends so they can glean insights and draw conclusions based on the data and use these to make informed decisions. So this topic will be delivered to us by a person with an experience of a very rich experience of 33 years working with engineering companies, automobile companies, and since the last 3 years, he is serving to the community by sharing his acquired knowledge with professionals and students by online and physical mode and give trainings. So he is an IT consultant and a freelancer corporate trainer. And introducing Mr. Manoj P. Chakrawarty to give us the topic, data analytics using Microsoft Excel. Sir, please take over.
Yeah. Welcome, friends. First of all, I would like to thank Phil John for giving me such a good opportunity to speak in front of you. And today's topic is on data analytics using Microsoft Excel. So as Mr. Phil has already said that it's a 30-minute session for me and 30 minutes for my colleague. So without wasting any more time, let's start with the data analytics. So by profession, I am software developer throughout my life, having working experience of 33 years. By qualification, I am MSc MPhil with Applied Mathematics, MBA, PGHCM, PGDBA, DCS, and PMP. Okay. My LinkedIn followers are 18,000 plus. So today's topic is data analytics, and within 25 minutes, I will try to cover right from data to your MIS dashboard. Everything will cover in this 25 minutes. Little bit fast, but in a very easy fashion. Okay. Now, let's see the topics what I'm going to cover during this 25 minutes is what is data analytics, types of data analytics, implementation, and its summary. First of all, before we going to start with data analytics, we should know what is data. Data is a raw form of knowledge and its own doesn't carry any significance or purpose. A single data cannot do anything. You cannot do any inference. You cannot generate any insight from a single data. Okay. Second is it can be text. It can be an observation, figures, images, numbers, graph, symbols, anything. You can collect data of any type. It is facts and statistics collected together for reference and analysis. Okay. Making use of all such type of data, what we are collecting, gives the base to your data analytics. Anything you create for your information, for your growth, the basic thing is that single data. And making use of that data, you can do n number of analysis. Okay. Now let's go to next point. Data is becoming the new fuel source for businesses. Using it properly, you can quickly increase overall sales and net income. Earlier, people were using data. Now also people are using data. But earlier everything was manual and today it is fully automated. On just click of an event, you get so many options available to you. You need not to move from your place and you can get every information right in front of your screen. That is only because of the data analytics part is strong and there is technology to spread that data in a fraction of a second. Now, after data, what is data analytics? Data analytics is a process of collecting data and organizing it to draw conclusions from it. Just collecting doesn't solve the problem. You have to organize that data. You have to see the same data in a multidimensional way. Then only you can survive in cutthroat competition of today's market. Because today, everywhere cost comes into picture. How to reduce that cost? Because everybody needs good salary, good packages. Everybody needs all luxurious life. That is possible only when you have full control on your data. You can stand in the competitive market at a very low cost. And that is the beauty of your data analytics with the authentic data. If you are collecting data but it is not authentic, then also your data analytics will not work for you. What do you mean by data analytics? Data analytics converts your raw data into actionable insights. It includes a range of tools, technologies, and processes used to find trends and solve problems by using data. There are many problems we are facing in our life. Either it's a professional, personal, organization, anything. Everywhere we start sorting out problems by going in depth with the data. If it's a social problem, we go in that way. If it's an organization problem, we go in that way. If it's a production problem, we go into that. So every problem has different environment, has different reasons. For each reason, we have data, then only you can do some brainstorming, find out the ways, see the trends, see the downfall, see the uptrends, then only you can make out where you want to go. And that entire thing comes under data analytics. Why is data analytics important? Data analytics is important to understand trends and patterns from the massive amounts of data that are being collected. Huge database you are collecting, there are n number of ways to collect data. Either you go by survey, you go by Google Sheets, you go by forms, you go personally, you go by voting, you go by past data, you go by your assumptions, your skills. At the end, that data is to be processed and that data can be processed when it is structured. It helps to optimize business performance. Data analytics forecasts your future results. It understands audience, which type of audience prefers what. If you take an example of hotel industry, you can make out in which season, which food people like, and which area, which food is more, you can say, wanted. That type of this thing analysis you can do from this only. Make better business decisions and reduce cost. How to reduce cost? Which product is moving fast in the market and which is not moving fast, and which is moving fast with the quality and quantity and with the price that is to be produced. So all such permutation combination can come only through data analytics. Analyze customer trends, their satisfaction, which leads to a new, better products and services. Because sometimes what happens is you fill up the feedback form when the people come to your this thing company, or you can go for the some seminar, or if you are attending some webinar. Everywhere people ask for the feedback. From that feedback, what they do, they are just not taking for the sake of getting their mobiles or the addresses. From that, they can make out what next can be done, what is public demand, what people want from us. From that thing is derived and put into the market. That is the beauty of your data. Now, data analysis side life cycle. What is the life cycle of data analysis? First of all, whenever you start if for anything, you should know what is your problem definition. If the definition is clear, then only you can make out which type of data you want to collect. Collection of data is not just like you collect everything. It should be very specific with reference to what you are looking for at the end result. You have identified the problem. Now you want to do analysis on that particular problem. How to start with what all data you require. That type of collection is required. And in which form you want to collect. In which way. Personally, physically, by interview, by forms. Okay. By statistics, anything. You have to collect the data. Now, whenever you collect the data, don't think that the data is always authentic. Sometimes it is hypothetical. People make anything into that. So you should have some mechanism to check whether the data you have received is correct, authentic, there is no errors, there is no, say for a simple example, if I say date, which is in DDMMY1, MMDDYY, even if that changes, your entire analysis will change. So all such type of things should be checked when you are collecting the data and clean that data. Remove all the errors, remove all such anomalies from the data. Then only you can pass on that data to analysis. Then the data is getting analyzed. And for analysis, there are different steps that we are coming to next. And after analyzing that data, what comes? The interpret. You have to interpret the data, and after interpretation, you have to communicate the results. You have to communicate the interpretation, what you have analyzed, interpreted, and then communicate to the concerned person. Otherwise, entire process is not completed. Now, next is types of data analytics. How you can do analyze, how you can analyze your data. First thing, the basic simple one, what we all do is descriptive analytics. Now, I don't know whether you all are from IT or out of IT, but the second part, what is written, is what happened. You all are familiar with this word. What happened? That is your descriptive analysis. Descriptive analysis is always on the current to past data. What was your goal and what you are achieving it? On that graph, you can say what has happened. Now, next is your diagnostic analytics. In that, what it says, why did this happen? Means what has happened is happened, but why that has been happened? That is the second case. And this thing, if you compare with your personal life also, you will see all the four things we are doing on day-to-day basis. There is nothing new in this. Only the technical terms are there. Otherwise, everything we are doing in our routine life, in our family life, in our professional life. Then predictive analytics. What might happen in the future? Based on your descriptive and diagnostic analytics, you can see what can happen in future also. That is a futuristic plan. Then perspective analytics. What we should do next. That is your real data analytics. Based on all the three analytics, using that knowledge, using that data, the inferences, you should think what you should do next. Now we'll see one by one with graphs. Descriptive analytics. What happened or what is happening? What I said. It is related to the current data to the past data. It is the process of using current and historical data to identify trends and relationships. It shows what's going on in the business. See, for example, I have taken here chart. Here, On the x-axis, I have put the month number, and on the y-axis, it is sales in crores. Now, in the first month, if it is 47 crores, and in the second month, it directly spikes to 794. And all of a sudden, it dips to 12. And again, 75 means there is no consistency in the sale. Now, this is what we'll say this has happened. But why this has happened, it is nowhere in the descriptive analysis. How that will come? That is the second part of your analytics, that is a diagnostic analytics. This particular thing is setting the baseline for you. It is useful for observing change over the time and uses the trend for decision making and tracking the progress towards the goal. That's it. Now the second part of this is your diagnostic. Happened is over. Now what to do is diagnostics. Why did this happen? Now we are going for why. When the question why comes, means we are going for root cause analysis. Why this has happened? Why this has happened? Again, why this has happened? If you go up to 5 whys, you can reach to your real problem why this has happened. So it is the process of using data to determine the cause of trends and correlations between the variables. It is also known as root cause analysis. Investigate why part of the problem. Okay. Now, in this, what they will do? If in the month of Jan, it is 47 crore, the same chart what I have shown you in the descriptive, the same I am showing you in the diagnostic. Same 94 and again 12. Now, in the descriptive, we have not taken any action why this has happened. Okay. We have seen the goal was this and this is fluctuating and here we are right now. But in diagnostic, we have to see 47 to 94, again back to 12. Why this rise has come? And all of a sudden, how it dips down to 12. They will start working on this why. They will start working on this why. And keep on working on this why. They will go up to the root cause. Related to this height and this fall, they will work on that and will search out how this thing has taken place and why this has been done. Okay, so diagnostic analysis uses regression analysis, time series analysis, descriptive analysis to study the trend. And what all these analyses are, that cannot be covered in detail right now because we have only 25 minutes. Okay, but you should know that little bit of terminology, how it works. But this part you should know what is descriptive and what is diagnostic. Now the next point comes is a predictive analytics. What might happen in future? Past is past. Based on that past, what you can forecast, that is your predictive analytics. It uses the data to predict future trends and events. Regression analysis is one of the predictive analysis tools. Some what will happen in future on past trends. Suppose we have this thing. This is my past data. Now, after 8th month, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, what will come? This is on my forecasting. So, based on the past data, hikes and dip, now, based on that 8 months, for the next 4 months, this can be the trend. This can be the trend. This is your predictive analytics. What will be the sales in next quarter? Or whether the customer will default or not, whether this product is to be continued or not, that you can very well forecast based on your past data. And that is a predictive analytics. Next comes is prescriptive analytics. What should we do next? Based on your diagnostic, descriptive, diagnostic, and predictive. It is the process of using data to determine optional course of action. Make conclusion based on all the previous analysis and advise what to do next. Whether to continue with this, whether to launch this product or not. Looking to the environment, looking to the back data, looking to the future trend, whether it is right time to launch this product, as we say in the share market, whether this IPO is to be released now or not, whether it is to be taken care, whether it will be filled fully or not. Everything will be based on first 3 steps. Right? Now, the next part is Microsoft Excel a data analysis tool? It's a big question nowadays. So Microsoft Excel allows you to clean and explore data as well as add advanced data analytics capabilities through data analysis tools like Power Query, Auto Filter, Power Pivot, and Power Map. These are very fantastic tools to clean your data, to analyze your data, and you can do n number of permutation combinations using this. Based on this, I will show you one example also. Is Microsoft Excel enough for data analysis? So Microsoft Excel is a great tool for analyzing data. It is one of the most common software used for data analysis. Everywhere, even in every family, wherever the computer is, you will find Microsoft Excel. But we don't use fully. We use only as a big calculator, nothing more than that. If you go in detail, what is Excel? You will find so many things in Excel. You can very well play with your data. You can do analyze. You can do all kinds of data analytics. Hidden in Excel. For you, I have made two demos for data analytics. One is this one. See the dashboard which I have made. This is the dashboard on the dummy HR data, and the thing what you will see here is the dashboard. Okay. This type of data analytics you can do with your database also. Now here you see what you are getting. In HR, you have departments. In companies, you have departments. You have states. You have rate per hour. From these three things and the detailing data, what you want to see, everything is visible on one screen. Everything is visible on one screen. No one needs to go and to refer any table, any structured table, any pivot table. Everything is on one screen. What you want, you can get it. If I say here for the department, which department I want, I say only HR and sales and operations, and I'll click outside. So I will get my data for that only. Now, within this, if I want to see only, say, married people, I'll click on this married. So I will get all the data within that range for the married. Now, in the period also, if I move this data to this point, so who all are having salary per hour is 270 to say 400. So this is my range. So who all are falling between this range? I'll get only this thing. And whenever I want to see, I want to reset it, I can reset that thing. So this is my entire employee satisfaction. This is my minimum pay. This is my maximum pay. What is the average pay of the entire company? Is this one. Who all are, as per the salary structure, are here? How many record counts are there? This is there. Okay. In particular country or particular city, I want to see the data. Okay. That also I can see from here. If it is Mumbai, I want to see only the people from Mumbai. I'll click on this city. The moment I click on city, I'll get the data of that city only. This is my employee satisfaction level. Now, again, if I reset this, I'll go little bit down. How many employees are there who have come through Naukri.com or LinkedIn or employee referrals or employee exchange or Indeedjobs.com? From where they are recruited? That also you can see. What is the marital status of record count department wise? That also you can see. And even if in this also, if you go little bit like this, in India, okay, you want to see only from this particular city. I'll click on this particular city. So from here also, I will get all the details of that particular city only. So this is the beauty of your data analytics. This is the way how you can get all such type of things only by good data. And for the good data, you should have your entry screens where you are going to collect the data should be very authentic. And that is possible in Excel using your data validation, using your condition formatting. Okay, everything is there in Excel. You can use Excel for your data analytics. You can use any other languages also. There are many. Don't worry for that. But why I insist on Excel is this is a very simple tool to learn, easily available, And this what this I have made, it is in Google Sheet. Now I'll show you the second example based on this. I'll click here, I'll go back. Now I'll show you which is made on Excel. This is another part. Okay, this is again your MIS dashboard. All the data which is fed into the system are routed through data validation only. Each and every field where the authenticity of data is required, you should pass through your data validation part only. Here you see there are sales, there is gross margins, the region-wise sales, what is retail sale and what is wholesale, what is the financial year-wise, product-wise, everything is available. What you want to see, you just click on that particular item. If I click on the product 1, I will get the data of product 1. If I'll say I want only for 2018-19, I'll get data of 2018-19. Okay. Now, this helps you to understand the health of your organization, where your company stands, where were you in 18-19, where were you in 19-20, where you are going to achieve in 2021. Anything you want, you can see from here. This is my trend chart. If I want to see the comparison of two things, you can go with this. For any product, you can compare. For the product 3, what was the range? What was the comparison of 2 years? Based on this, you can make your future trend also. And then you can decide whether it is to be done or not. So, descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive. All the 4 diagnostic tests you can, analytics you can do in your Excel as well. Okay. Now, I'll go back to my screen. Don't say. Okay. Now, next is the summary. The conclusion part is using a variety of tools and techniques, a set of raw numbers. Raw numbers can be transformed into informative, educational insights that drive decision making and thoughtful management. What I have shown you in 2 screens, that gives you an entire idea how you can use your data in such a beautiful way. Such a beautiful way. Because if the data is there and it is authentic and it is correct, you have put that data into the structured form, you know what is your problem definition. Based on that problem definition, which type of questions you want to ask, what should be the sequence of questions, so that you get the real data what for you are looking. Finally, structure them, clean them, analyze them, interpret them, and communicate them. This is all what about data analytics in 25 minutes. So I hope I have completed my 25-minute session in the scheduled time. Now the screen is yours, Mr. Phil. You can take care of that. If any questions, you can ask.
Yes, thank you so much. And that was really mind-blowing. As a student, this is the first time I've saw Excel worked out that way. So terrific, really. Thank you so much for delivering that, sharing that to us in this session. And any questions will be entertained if you have any from the attendees. You can raise your hand or put it in chat. Okay, so far there are no questions yet, but if any questions may come up, you can put it in chat and address it to Mr. Manoj, and he will be able to respond. All right, so for the next topic, we can move forward actually, and the next topic would be POSH Act 2013. So lead to act, communicate to be the best. So POSH, it makes safe environment at workplace by giving awareness of POSH, POSH. So how to redress, and subtopics are lead to act. So to take initiative, be the leader, not the boss, and communicate to be the best, which is communication is not a talk, it is an action. And this topic will be delivered to us by a certified national trainer, a certified triple T trainer, government impaneled certified POSH trainer, and also associated with many MNCs, SMEs, NGOs, trusts, and educational institutions. So her experience and association with people from various domains help her to effectively manage people and their behavior. And also, she's a creative and possess excellent in interpersonal management skills and has conducted training programs on different subjects and has been consistent in nurturing goals towards positive results. And to talk with this topic today, we have Ashu Manchanda. And without further ado, yes, you can take over.
Thank you, Philjon, for the wonderful opportunity. I'm just going to share the screen first.
Okay.
I just share my introduction that I'm Ashu Manchanda, POSH trainer, corporate sources and behavioral trainer, management consultant. Even I'm a government empanel certified POSH trainer, certified TTT trainer, and certified national trainer. So I have more than 11 years of experience, successful experience. I have trained more, I have given training 2,500 and trained more than 1 lakh people across India. Some glimpses of my sessions, if you want to see, if you can see, these are glimpses of my trainings. Some medias are there where I have presented everything, and some of my clients are there. So this was my introduction, but now we are coming on the topic. It's very, very important topic. This is a law, this is an act. But before that, I would like to ask you all, okay, we always, every day morning, we read the newspaper. Even we see news on mobile and all. And we read that, okay, nowadays, so many cases of rape. Girl has been raped, female has been raped, and we feel so bad. And we always feel that this is not a safe place for the female in this world. This is not only in India, but everywhere in the world. Girls are not safe at workplace as well. So female always think that how we will work, how we will go outside and work, there is no safety. Even male also, men also feel that their daughter, their wife, their sister, they are also working outside, but they feel they are not safe. So for that, there is a one law, POSH Act 2013, Prevention of Sexual Harassment in the Workplace for Women. So this law came into in 2013, but why in 2013? We should understand this law is very important. This is not a law only. This is the safety of the woman. This is the awareness of the people. This can stop people to do wrong things. See, always this act says that we care. We always create safe environment everywhere. This law always gives a safe environment. Most of the what happens, 30% of men feel that the false complaint of sexual harassment is a major problem. And another side, you can see 58% of women who had faced that harassment say the not being believing is a major problem. So why we are learning this? Why POSH we should learn? So I'll come to that story, but before that I would say that story is in 1992, there was a woman, Bhavri Devi, in Rajasthan, near Jodhpur. And she was working for the government, Rajasthan government, and her duty was to give help to the women and children, and she has to take care that they something not happened wrong with them. In that village, what happened once, that Sarpanch, the head of the village, he decided to marry his 9-month-old girl, only 9 months year old. And then she came to know that this is not good. And she went to the Sarpanch, that head, that this is wrong thing. You cannot do this. This is a very young girl. And if you marry this time only, how can she get everything? She tried to stop them, but they didn't. They married her. And after the marriage, that Sarpanch and more 4 heads of that house, they went to the Bhavri Devi's house and they beaten up her husband. And they did rape of that Bhavri Devi. And then she went to the police, but she was from the very low family, not rich, not from high caste. So that's why police was not accepted her case, her complaint. And that time in that village, the Vishakha guidelines, they helped to her that we are with you. Don't worry, we will fight for you. They tried a lot, but nothing happened. In 1997, that Vishakha guidelines and other NGOs together, they went to the court and appealed that this happened for the female at workplace. So nowadays, women are going out for the work. So there should be some law to give them safety. And then court accepted that thing and they appealed to the government that makes some law for the female who are going out for the work. But they took a lot of time. And in 2012, there was a Nirbhaya case. Nirbhaya incident happened. And that was the very worst case. And then government thought, okay, now we have to do something. And after that, government made this law in 2013. This law came into existence on 9th December 2013. So after that, in each and every establishment or any company where more than 10 employees, this law should be established. So, but still, it's a very bad thing that this law is not in each and every company. You can see the ratio. I want to show the ratio across the globe. There is a source of progress of sexual harassment law in India, China and Hong Kong. This is a source. You can see in China, approx 80% of working women experience sexual harassment. In Germany, there is a 93% of working women were victims of sexual harassment. Approximately 6 out of 10 nurses in Australia have again experience of sexual harassment. United States, over 50% of employed women has been sexually harassed. In Canada, 51% of women reported having experienced sexual violence at least once. Singapore, almost 50% of women. Now we can see in the whole world, globally, this issue is there. Female are not that much safe at workplace. But now in India, you can see there's every 12 minutes, there's one case of sexual harassment. So this should not happen. So that's why this law came into the market. And this is implemented to prevent, this law is implemented to prevent and protect women from sexual harassment at workplace. So this law is mandatory compliance, requires every company having more than 10 employees. So this prescribed manner receive and address the complaints of any sort of sexual harassment from women. And this is a time bomb. And this is really, really a serious criminal offense. Then sexual harassment cost companies millions of rupees. Not only that, so many things are there. The female, they lose so many things. They are not in that manner, that they're not their condition that they can accept this harassment. Now, this law consists of 3 things. One is prevents harassment, second is protection, and third is doing redressal against any such complaints. We always prefer that there should no redressal. There should be too much awareness in each and every company or establishment. So people should know, people have this awareness that this type of deeds we should not do. There's a prevention should be there in each and every company. Protection should be there, but we should not go to the redressal. Why I'm saying, if we prevent by giving awareness of the employees or members, not only employees, we can see that in India, now I'm talking about in India, there's a population of India, there's a 50% or 51% of male and 49% of female. Most of equal gender are there, and there maximum cases happen in companies, in corporates, in hospitals, in institutions, government bodies, everywhere. But the problem is that, I want to show you, problem is that over 85% of people who experience sexual harassment never file a formal legal charge. And approximately 70% of employees never even complain internally. And this is really not good, because female cannot speak. They never speak. They feel if we speak, people won't believe us. They feel if we speak, people won't respect us. We have to leave the job. Family member will not support us. For these things, most of the female, they don't complain. Now, what about this law? This is civil law. Generally, what happens in civil law, there is no jail punishment. Then people think if there is no jail, we can do anything. No, it is not like that. This law is very much strict law. There is no jail punishment, but there are different punishment which they cannot live their life happily. Second thing is, complaint can only be filed by women. Now there's many men, they ask us why this is only for women. What about us if we harassed by some female? But it is not like that. This law is not a women oriented. I will say later on why it is not a women oriented. But this law made when that Bhavri Devi case happened. That's why that time they decided for the female who are going out for the work. So at present, this time, this law is saying that complaint can only be filed by a woman. Next is, this law is applicable only at a workplace. If after the work, male, female, they go out for their own interest and something happened there, so that is not a workplace. Female cannot file the case against that person because they went out for their own interest, not for company work. So if they go out, male, female, or female, female, or transgender female, they go out for company work. So that is a workplace and something happened there, that female can file the case. One more thing is that this law only takes care of the sexual harassment. Apart from this, if female think that boss has harassed her, mentally harassment or overloaded work, and she feels that I will file the case against my boss because he harassed me, mentally harassment and all, but she cannot file the case against that harassment. This law says that only and only sexual harassment. The whole process is time bound. What happened? We can see that many lakhs of the cases are pending in the court. No, there is no any, I can say, solutions. Then people who does this type of actions, the deeds, they think if we do something, the case will go on and go on and go on, and we will be retired and nothing will happen to us. But this law is not like that. This is a time-bound law, and there is 160 days they have to solve this any case. There's only 160 days they have to solve the case. Next is, if women, they file the case to internal committee of any company, but parallelly, women can file FIR with police also. Now, the main point of this law is, I said that this is not only a women-oriented law. There is if a woman also will be punished if she files a false or malicious complaint. If she complained that that person harassed me to take any revenge, but when it proves if she files a false complaint, she also be punished as men punished. So this law is really very good. It gives a safe environment to each and every female where they work. And this is applicable to each and every organization or company where more than 10 employees. Now you can see, you will ask why more than 10 employees? What about if there are 9 employees and something happened there? Yes, this law is there also, but more than 10 employees, the committee will be created, constituted in the company itself. And if there is a less than 10 employees, that female can file the case to the local committee constituted by district collector. So this law is everywhere. Each and everywhere there are employees, even 1 or 10 or 100. But the little difference is that more than 10 employees, then there will be an internal committee, and less than employees, there will be a local committee. So there is this, we can say which type of deed attributes workplace sexual harassment. One which is unwelcome, if women feel that this is, I am not welcoming this action, so that is a sexual harassment. Any sexual deed that's a overt, that is a sexual harassment. And if any female feel uncomfortable from that person, that's a male, female, or transgender, that is a sexual harassment. The main point of this law is effect over the receiver would be counted, not the intent of the doer. So this law says intention won't be counted, only and only feelings will be counted. So again, we have to be careful of these things. Now, which type of deeds, which type of actions will be counted in sexual harassment? There are 4 types of sexual harassment, like verbal, non-verbal, physical, and cyber. First, we will go with the verbal. In verbal, you can see that using obscenities like bad words and abusive words, making suggestive comments or jokes, inappropriate humor, then making threats, making sexual propositions or remarks on clothing or physical attributes. If we remarks on any person's clothing or physical attribute, you are looking fat, you are looking ugly, you are looking sexy, this type of words, if person use, this is a sexual harassment. See, I want to give an example. If there is a company, there is any function and female, they get ready beautifully, and the person just give the compliment, you are looking beautiful today, you are looking different today, that is okay. Compliments are always welcome, but different kind of words like sexy or bold or this type of words they cannot speak. This is a sexual harassment because it feels uncomfortable to women. They cannot accept this type of words. Second is non-verbal sexual harassment. We can see the people when we are working, female, male, they pass from each other and just they see people. It's not a wrong thing. Always men ask me, ma'am, if you see the girl and she files the case, it's not a thing. Then how will we cross the path with each other? So I always say, to see is not a crime, but to stare is a crime. We cannot stare again in that way that female feel uncomfortable. That type of gestures, suggestive noises like whistling and different type of noises, lips noises, then suggestive glances, this type of the actions are the non-verbal. These are the sexual harassment. Then physical. Sometimes what happened when they're going on the path or they're in the market and they're working together, they're crossing the path and they touch intentionally. And sometimes what happened, they meet each other and hug. In foreign culture, they hug each other, it's okay. Now in India also, employees hug each other, but with the consent. Without consent, if they hug, there's a sexual harassment. Because now a culture in big corporates, in MNCs, there's a culture of hugging. There's not wrong for that. If they have consent, each other they have consent. But without consent, if they hug, if the person hug to the female, this is a sexual harassment. They cannot kiss. Sometimes what happens, I want to share one example. There's a program on TV, there's a reality show, Indian Idol, and Neha Kakkar, she was the judge. One contestant, they sang a song after he requested to Neha Kakkad if she can come to the stage and sing with him. Neha came to the stage and she sang with him. After finishing the song, immediately that contestant kissed the Neha. Now, that was a very, very, very bad scene. Everyone was stuck, expressions changed, and that time Neha react to him, but they didn't show that on screen. If there was no consent, there was no that type of relationship, he could not do that, he cannot do that, and he did it. So this type of things are sexual harassment. Pinching, one more movie was there, Akshay Kumar, there's a latest movie, and one teacher pinching to the student girls. That is a sexual harassment. To flirt in a wrong way, in a dirty way, there is a sexual harassment. To block the path of the girl or female, there is a sexual harassment. And brushing against someone is again a sexual harassment. These type of actions are sexual harassment. One more, cyber. I have mentioned ahead. Before COVID, cyber was not in this law. But during the COVID, some cases happened. Then Supreme Court declared that cyber is also, any action using by cyber is a sexual harassment. Like if they send some wrong messages, dirty jokes, dirty videos or photographs, this type of sending messages are sexual harassment. So finally, we can say that any action, gesture, word or look with sexual flavor amounts to sexual harassment, right? Such action makes the female uncomfortable is a sexual harassment. And the feeling of complainant is important. As I said earlier, the POSH Act is counting the feeling, not the intention. So intention is not important, but feeling is important. If any female feel that she is not comfortable with this action, she can file the case against this law. I discussed about the mutual consent. Sometimes some people ask us, hey, ma'am, they have relationship and they with consent they do anything. So is this a sexual harassment? No. Till they have the relationship, if they do anything or anything happened between them is not a sexual harassment. But when the mutually agreed relationship comes to an end, once the relationship is no more, any act which was considered normal earlier could be termed sexual harassment now. There is a myth. People say, okay, before something happened between them and after she complained. No, it is not like that. But after relationship is over and then something happened, then there's a sexual harassment. But there are two types of sexual harassment. We can say two categories of sexual harassment. One is give and take, and second is hostile work environment. Give and take means any sexual favor is asked for employment or any special treatment during the employment. Or the employee is threatened if he or she doesn't comply to such an offer. Means the action of asking any favor of sexual in nature could be open or hush. That is the sexual harassment. There's a give and take. If you come with me and for the tea, coffee, or if you keep relationship with me, I will give you the job, I will give you the promotion. This type of asking is always a sexual harassment. Now, malicious surrounding, derogatory discussion or speech about someone's sexual nature in discussion or speech is a sexual harassment. People or person being intimidated or harassed by the peers, this could be covert or overt, is a sexual harassment. So these things are sexual harassment. Now, I would like to show this video. Okay.
Hi, today we're going to tell you how to not sexually harass a female coworker. This is a female colleague. She is not honey, sweetie, sweetheart, darling, sexy or cutie. She has a name. Use it. That way you'll be acknowledging that she's a real colleague and not just eye candy brought to the office for your viewing pleasure. When speaking to a female colleague, look at her face. Don't drop those eyes. She's not an object placed in front of you to ogle. Keep your hands to yourself. A hand on hers, a caress of her arm, just grazing her thigh. Totally, no. This is a workplace, not a rom-com.
So if I approach her outside office, it's my business, right?
Yes, but if she's involved, it's her business too. And you're still colleagues. Don't send her dirty emails or SMSs or ishq ke izhar. No following her home. No virtual stalking either, especially if she's already said no. No means no. Believe it. Basically, just like you, women are in the workplace to work. Not to be hit on, not as objects or accessories. And if they dress smart and wear makeup, it's not for you. And if you can't wrap your heads around that, there's always the Vishaka Committee guidelines to boot you out of the workplace environment that you can't respect. To bas, samjhe kya?
So this is very clear message from this video that what is the sexual harassment, what we have to do. But finally, the pillars of sexual harassment is 3 pillars, 3 Ws: woman, workplace, and working relationship. If there is a woman, there's a workplace and working relationship, and something happened, that time only it can be a sexual harassment. But if there is no workplace, there is not sexual harassment. Anyone, if missing from these things, your woman or workplace or working relations, there is not a sexual harassment. She cannot file the case against the person. So now, just a woman, definition of woman is, so in relation to a workplace, a woman of any age, whether employed or not, who alleges to have been subjected to any act of sexual harassment by the respondent. We can see if there is a company and a male-oriented company, there is no any female employee, though that company has to establish the POSH policy, because women can be from outside to give the services to the company, like full-time temporary employees, contractual workers, daily wage employees, probationer, intern, training, housekeeping workers, security workers, or clients or vendors, volunteers. This type of women, they always visit to the company. So that is why each and every establishment has to establish the policy. Workplace, as I said, anything like corporate office, head office, and branch offices, government, semi-government, public sectors, corporates, institutions, private sectors, hospitals, nursing homes, sports institute, anywhere, dwelling place or house where 2 people from the company, they have working relationship, they meet and something happened, then that time that sexual harassment will be counted. So cyber, already I said, in digital era, employees working in a different stage to be treated as one workplace, right? So woman, workplace, working relationship, and sexual harassment. These things are, if they are all 4 things, then only be a POSH. A POSH Act will come in the action. So this is the POSH. And just want to say, as I say, there's a 160 days to resolve the problem. Every company they have to constituted one internal committee, and that committee will resolve this type of cases. And woman who has been harassed, has filed the case within 3 months of the incident. And then that internal committee will take the action. They have to solve the problem within 90 days. And then after 90 days, whatever findings are there, they have to create the report in 10 days, and they have to submit the report to the management. An internal committee only recommend the punishment to the management, and then management will take the action. Management will declare the punishment to the respondent or complainant. Complainant is a woman, but respondent is any gender, male, female, or transgender. So if the woman, like aggrieved woman, find that she is in fault, so she will get the punishment. If respondent can find respondent will find in fault, then respondent will get the punishment. In this way, everything will be solved, and this is a redressal. So friends, thank you so much. This was a POSH Act. If you have any question, you can ask.
Thank you so much for that very informative discussion about awareness, especially at workplace, because not everyone like not like you are like there are cameras or whatnot, but that does not really make you safe from harassments. So
Yeah.
that's a beautiful awareness. So yeah, I would like to introduce questions. If there are any from the attendees, please do ask.
Yeah, you can ask, you can write in chat box also, anything, whatever you ask, definitely. Yeah, one thing I would like to want to share that this POSH Act is only for in India, but this type of laws are there in other countries also, but in a different name. So POSH is only in India.
All right, then thank you for
Yeah.
clearing that one out. So while we are waiting for questions, would you like to promote anything that you are doing currently? Like, are you writing a book, or you have a program or coaching training online?
You are asking me, Phil?
Yes, yes.
Didn't get you, please.
Yeah, while we are waiting for questions, if there would be any, we'd like to know if you have anything to promote, like anything that you are doing right now, if you are writing a book or doing online coaching or seminars or
Yes, yes.
training.
I do online coaching. I do offline also coaching. And as an external member, I'm a an external member of internal committee. I have one question: which type of name of these law are there in foreign? January, in each and every country, there's a different names, and their laws are in a different way, different names. Not single name in like in US in a different name, UK is in a different name, in different countries a different name. But here is in a law they didn't mention. But if you go there, if you want to find that, we have to talk to them. So this POSH is only in India, like that. Yeah. So I'm as an external member. Is there's an internal committee where they create, and in each and every company, there must be an external member also, and that external member is not a company employee. So I am an external member in many MNC companies, and I solve this. I redress these cases. I do full compliance. I help them to aware to employees. Like I have give the awareness of more than 5,000 employees in many big MNCs. At present also I'm solving 3 cases in one corporate, and there's a very critical case. But I think I always request people, always do awareness, give awareness to the each and every employee of the company. Because on this 12th May only, Supreme Court has again uh, uh, there's a notice that on 12th May only this month, that each and every company has to constitute internal committee. They have to do awareness sessions. They have to give IC committee training, that how to handle the cases, how to do awareness. So all this I do for the corporates and companies. If anyone has any regarding same thing, if you have, you can definitely contact me. And even I do behavioral and soft skills training. I do business coaching, and also counseling for the business. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And how about you, Sir Manoj? Would you like to promote something or anything you're
Manoj,
working as well?
Manoj bhai.
Yeah, once again, good evening to all. As far as my part is concerned, I am a corporate trainer since last 3 years and having about 50 plus corporate clients and more than 1 lakh professionals till date on Microsoft Excel. And my main area is the software development, ERP implementation. I do develop ERP using Microsoft Excel and Google Sheets. And if anyone is having any requirement related to this, Microsoft Excel, Word, PowerPoint, their integration right from basic to advanced level, inclusive of Google Sheets, Google Forms, Looker Studio, anything of this type of requirement, I am always there. And I'm a regular trainer on LinkedIn. And in last 3 years, I have touched my LinkedIn followers by 18,000 plus as on date. So this is the way how you can connect me through LinkedIn. On my LinkedIn account, I have my mobile number. Everything details are there. And whenever you wish, you can connect me for any issues, either it's a personal or professionally. I am always there. I always welcome all the inquiries from all of you. Thank you.
Alrighty. Thank you so much for that, sir. All right. So yeah. So we have passed a few minutes more than the allotted hour, but definitely it's worth the knowledge that was shared by our two wonderful speakers. So it's currently totally late in India now. So we have to move and close the session definitely. So those are wonderful topics and wonderful discussions, very enlightening. Thank you so much, speakers, for your efforts and the experience that you have shared with us today. And for those who attended on live Zoom and also on YouTube, thank you so much for joining and sparing your time learning from our speakers. And we'd like you to invite you again next Wednesday. So we'll have two new topics and two new wonderful speakers to be with us, definitely to bring us this value of knowledge that we have gathered today from these speakers. So we bid you goodbye for now. Thank you so much again for your time and your effort, and you keep safe as always. So thank you so much, everyone, and thank you, speakers. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.